He's paid nothing in federal taxes because the only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So
that makes me smart.
More bad news for Donald Trump. A poll came out, Reuters poll came out on Tuesday showing that 60% or more of American voters think that anyone who doesn't pay federal income taxes is either unpatriotic or selfish. Now, let's look at Trump's strategy regarding taxes here. His opponents are making the argument, and it's a very good argument politically, that why should you and I, as taxpayers, who have to shell out money every year to the federal government, very, very high rates oftentimes, why should we be subsidizing Donald Trump? Because Donald Trump isn't paying anything for national defense. He's not paying anything for the overhead of the government. He's not contributing anything toward the federal government, and you and I are. Effectively, we're carrying his freight. How can that be true for someone who's worth $10 billion? People just can't understand how you can get to a number like that and pay no income taxes. So although Trump has done nothing illegal, many real estate developers pay no tax. The view is that somehow he's not just using the system skillfully, that he's gaming the system. And that's extremely damaging politically. Now let's turn back to the last big tax gaffe that happened in a presidential election, which is very similar in some ways. Practically on this very day 4 years ago, Mitt Romney belatedly released his tax returns. Those tax returns showed that he had a low tax rate but gave it a huge amount to charity. If you remember in the months before that, because he was so late, Harry Reid was saying on the floor of the House that he had documentary evidence Mitt Romney paid no tax. Mitt Romney released his tax returns much too late, and he suffered terribly in the last 30 days of the campaign for having to explain this, whereas if he had released much earlier, he could have easily explained it. For Donald Trump, it's harder to explain in any case. He should have released when most candidates release, around tax time. And that failure to release his returns 6 months ago was a big strategic blunder and may cost Donald Trump the presidency.